What if rising temperatures don't just stress animals physically, but they change how they learn, how they think, and ultimately who survives a predator-prey interaction? My question is simple, yet unsettling. Does heat impair learning differently in predator and prey? And does that potential asymmetry shift the outcome of the interaction with the potential to reshape entire ecosystems? Predator-prey interactions are not just about size or speed or sharp teeth. They're about information. Prey learn to avoid danger while predators learn to capture prey more effectively. Therefore, these cognitive processes determine survival every single day. But learning is energetically expensive, and in many animals, heat can impair memory, slow decision-making, and limit the ability to behaviorally adapt. Despite its importance, predator-prey theory rarely incorporates cognition, so learning, decision-making, and memory, and almost never considers how warming may shift learning in both a predator and a prey. My research sits at the intersection of ecology, cognition, physiology, and climate change, and therefore requires an interdisciplinary approach. I love questions that make us step back and rethink the premise. For example, what if the biggest climate impacts are not the obvious ones? What if the world changes not because animals die outright due to stress, but because they are unable to learn, to remember, and to respond correctly under heat stress? That possibility feels serious and energizing and deeply important. We all know what it feels like to struggle to think clearly when we're under stress. Animals are no different. If warming reshapes how animals learn, to evade, to hunt, it could ripple out to food webs, population dynamics, and entire ecosystems. It's a small experiment with an enormous implication for how life adapts in an unpredictable future. I will compare how thermal stress affects learning in a naturally interacting predator and prey pair, a white crappie and a fathead minnow. Across 3 temperature treatments, so ambient, mild stress, and severe heat stress, I'll track prey learning, so how escape behavior changes over 7 days, predator learning, how hunting efficiency and success changes over 7 days, and then also the ecological outcome, so basically who wins the battle. If I have an experienced predator paired with an experienced prey, who wins this interaction? And this design lets me evaluate 1, how heat affects learning, 2, how predators and prey differ in learning and their response to thermal stress, and also whether warming changes or flips the expected outcome of that interaction. If warming alters learning in predators and prey in unequal ways, the balance of their interactions could shift dramatically. Even without a physical change in speed or strength, one could gain a significant upper hand over the other. If prey lose cognitive sharpness faster than predators, predation may intensify. Vice versa, if predators falter, then prey may unexpectedly gain an advantage, and predators may starve. In either scenario, cognition becomes a quiet yet powerful driver capable of reshaping entire food webs. This work opens a new frontier in climate ecology, one that views animals not as passive bodies reacting to temperature, but as active thinkers navigating an increasingly unpredictable world. By revealing how warming transforms the very processes of learning, we deepen our understanding of how ecological relationships may reorganize in the decades ahead. If heat reshapes learning, it reshapes life, and that changes how we understand the living world.